people to like trust me, or how do I get people to connect with me through something like social media? Because there's so many people out there, right? There's so many coaches, there's so many different products. Like you see the wraps, you see the waist trainers and all of that kind of stuff. So the way that I get people to connect with me is by the Fab Five. I call them Fab Five. And so Fab Five is what actually describes you for you. Okay, so your Instagram should be a little piece of who you are, like on a daily basis. If you look at my Instagram, and if anybody wants to follow me and look at my wall, my Instagram name is Coach Miss MISS Carol CAROL 0627. Okay, so if you look at my Instagram is not a billboard. I don't put Shakeology down your throat. I don't put 21 Day Fix down your throat. It's a part of my life, but it's not my whole life. Okay, so that's very big to kind of establish trust. Because think about it. If I go up to you and I don't know you, Instagram is like being at a store, okay? If I go up to you and I don't know you, I'm like, oh my God, you have to try Shakeology and you have to do these workouts. They're freaking amazing. I've lost all this weight, blah, blah, blah. You're going to be like, why are you trying to sell me something? People are automatically going to be able to pick up on that, like when you're trying to be too salesy with them. Because what are you getting out of it? I'm sure you're getting something out of it, right? By selling me a product. So I don't take that avenue at all. My avenue is, let's become friends. Tell me something about yourself where I can possibly tell you how Shakeology helped me or how the 21 Day Fix helped me. So from everything that you guys gathered about me, okay, on about my story, what have I said so far? Like, I've been through a really bad breakup, right? I have a kid. So if you see what my wall reflects, it reflects 5 things about me. It reflects the fact that I'm super positive now because I used to be depressed. I used to be suicidal. Okay, so that's one of my 5. You're always gonna find a positive post on my wall somewhere. Another one of my 5s is my daughter. Everything that I did was with the intention of my daughter. My daughter is my why. If you guys hear your coach talking about your why, like, it's super important for you to establish your why. And it doesn't happen overnight. I didn't figure out my why till like months till I was actually like working the business consistently. And I kind of realized that everything that I do and the reason why I got out was because of my daughter. You know, so it was my daughter is something that you're always going to see on my wall. Now I got a puppy, so if anybody has puppies or a dog, like, you know, they're like your children, so you're actually going to see like my mommyhood, which is my daughter and my dog, on my wall all the time. Okay, I am a health and a wellness coach, so yes, you're going to see my workout and you're going to see my Shakeology. Right now I'm doing a 21 day reset, and so you're going to see like my pictures and my recipes and stuff like that, because it's a glimpse into my life. But no, I'm not working out 24/7. No, like, I'm not in the kitchen all the time meal prepping. Like, I'll even go and I'll say, like, I'll be honest with you, I hate the kitchen. Like, I'll say that in a post. Like, I hate the kitchen, and I'm the type of person that I will find quick recipes and clean recipes, but I'll still be able to keep my body. So in that way, do you see how I can connect to other people? Because there's so many people that are out there that are having these issues right now. So think about, like, what kind of issues, like, why did you join Beachbody? Right? Some of you might not have joined because you needed a support group. You needed, or what we call challenge groups. I don't like to use challenge groups, but I use support because your friends or your family didn't want to do it with you. So there's people out there that are in that boat right now. There's people out there that go to the gym and go to the Burger King right after. So they have no nutritional knowledge. So when somebody tells me, like, oh, I love to exercise, I exercise, 4 or 5 times a week, but my diet is poor. So then I could tell them, like, great, well, I used to be that girl too. So it's okay for you to be feeling the way that you're feeling, because there is a solution for it. So you see how I kind of turned like not knowing somebody and making them feel comfortable and connecting with them in order to be like, okay, well, now Shakeology comes in, and now 21 Day Fix comes in. Okay, so that's kind of how I plugged the health and the wellness. So that was that was the third thing. Fitness. You'll see like my science lab sometimes. I'm also very like, I love like women empowerment, and women empowerment for me is my fourth one because of everything that I've been through. So sometimes you'll see on my wall about how, getting out of a bad relationship is not the end of the world. So that's kind of like my fourth one. And then my fifth one is just like a lot of like really random stuff. Like I'll either like, I'm a shoe lover, or little tidbits about me. Like I have a really dry sense
You're a baker too.
I'm a baker, yeah. So I'll come in and I'll put like a picture of a little cake that I just made, so that people know that I'm just an everyday girl. There's nothing special about me. Yes, I have like 200 girls in my support group. I have diamonds with 200 girls in their own support group. So that is kind of amazing in and of itself. But for me, I'm just Carol. Like, I was just blessed to be given a second chance. So when I look at Beachbody and I look at how, how crazy my life, like it literally did like a complete 360 from January to June. And when I went to when I went to Coach Summit, I had actually worn a two-piece for the first time in my life. And I was surrounded by eagles, and I was surrounded by people that like embraced me. Like I had never been in an environment like that. Like, so I look at all of my challengers that come into my life, and I'm like, this has the power to take all of your problems away when it starts with you and starts with making that change first. Okay, so let your wall be a reflection of who you are genuinely. Like, don't go out there and don't try to sell a challenge pack. Be you. Like, if you're funny, if you're quirky, like, be you. Like, if you have a dry sense of humor, if your like obsession is like shoes, post a million pictures of shoes. I promise you, like, girls are going to connect with you, because you're gonna be like, let me ask you a question. When I was 215 pounds, I've always loved shoes, but I could not walk in them. I couldn't. Like, it was so much weight on my feet that like I would go to a club, and then halfway through the night, those shoes would come off, and I'd be walking to my car barefoot, drunk. Okay, so when I post shoe pictures, I'm like, oh my God, like, these are amazing. I would have never been able to do this when I was like 85 pounds. I actually posted a before and an after with the only pair of shoes that I have left from when I was overweight, because I love these freaking shoes. And you lose weight, your feet shrink too. So I'm sorry if I just burst a bubble, but those shoes are so big on me. And like, I took a picture, I still wear them. And I took a picture, and I actually put the before and after from the club. And that's what I said. I'm like, oh my God, like, these shoes are so huge, but I'm not going to let them go. Like, and then I started to be able to connect with people, because then people will come in and be like, I have the same issue. Can you help me lose weight? So in that kind of sense, it turns, again, we're connecting in some sort of way. We're not talking about Shakeology. We're talking about like real life issues. I love these shoes, and I cannot flip and wear them, So that's how I kind of talk to everybody before I even get into like talking about the program. Like, I talk to them like as if they were my friends. I get on the phone with them. Some people, I have a lot of mommies, because when I post my kids, obviously like those ladies can connect with me. So if I'm like, I'm rushing to like get my daughter ready, get her in bed, like I'll post those like everyday issues, because that's what a mom goes through. Like, that's what people want to hear. People don't want to be like, oh, my life is like rainbows and stars and stripes. Like, no, like this is real life stuff, you know? So those struggles, share them too. Did you cheat and did you feel bad? Share that. It's real. It happens. People are in that same boat every single day as you. So don't be afraid to, you know, show your progress especially, but don't be afraid to show your failures, because that, you know, that's how we actually get to where we need to be, is because of all of those failures. Okay, so that's just my basic way of like working the Instagram. Now, how, as far as like how I get people, I love to use the analogy of a store. Like, you know what's amazing about my Beachbody business is that I don't need to rent the store to sell you Shakeology. This is my store. It's horrible that I'm on this like 24/7 and I try to disconnect a lot of times, but if I do not show up to this store, my customers will not come. Okay, so think about it. If you're trying to actually open a store, what do you have to do to open a store? You need to find a place. You need to like fill up the place with all of your products. Beachbody has already done that for you. So what you need to do, your first step is going to be to find people to sell your product to. So if you opened up a store, what do you do in order to find clients? You have to go out there and you have to recruit people, right? I used to be a club promoter at one point in time. So how did I get people to come to my parties? We used to be flyering everybody's car while they were inside of a hot club. So when they come out, they see the flyers, they're like, oh, like this is a new place, it's a new spot, you know. So I used to be that hustler out there at 1:00 in the morning putting flyers on cars. Okay. I used to be that girl who used to have MySpace and be like, come to my party, like ladies are free before 10, blah, blah, blah. I put the word out there. And then eventually you put the word out there so much that like people start to tell other people. And that's what network marketing is about. Okay. So the beginning is, I'm not going to lie to you, it's going to be hard because you're starting from nothing. You are a nobody on Instagram. Okay. You have to make a reputation for yourself. You have to be a product of the product. You have to demonstrate those vital behaviors that a Beachbody coach exhibits. Okay, so the same kind of life, the same kind of coach that you would want to be for somebody else, be that coach for other people. Like that same inspiration that you get from other people, be that inspiration for other people as well. You know, just reciprocate that love. And it's going to turn around for you. But unless you go out there and look for people, they're not going to come. Okay, so my goal every single day is I follow on a minimum like 500 people. And I know that may sound a little bit crazy because when I first told Gabby, she's like, what? You follow how many people? I'm like, well, how many followers do I have? I have like 24,000 followers. And that didn't happen overnight, of course, but a person's natural curiosity is, if I follow you and your profile is blocked, don't you, before you accept my request, don't you go into my page and be like, who is this crazy girl? I have no idea who she is and why is she trying to follow me? Because that's just everybody. Everybody has their guard up nowadays, right? Especially on Instagram. Why do you block your Instagram? It's not, maybe some people are hiding from other people, but most of it's like they want to keep their life private, you know? But if I request you and you go look at my wall, right? You're going to be like, if you're a single mommy who's going through heartbreak, and then you get to see one of my posts about like how life can be so much better when you start to love yourself first, boom, connection. Then she's good. Then that person's going to be like, I'm going to follow her. I like her posts. All right. Or what if you're that girl who has been trying to lose weight for the longest, right? And there's nothing that she does works. But I follow her and she goes into my profile and boom, she sees a transformation picture from one of the girls on. Okay. So then she's like, I'm going to follow her. Sometimes when people come and they follow me, I see like, I'll have like 45 likes from the same person. And I'm like, oh, maybe I go into their profile and I start to like some of their pictures back because I want them to be like, I see you. I know you see me. I see you, you know? So that's establishing, like, it's not necessarily like a friendship where I need to know everything about you, but it's like I can see who you are and what you're about. So that's where like the relationship building and the trust actually occurs. Okay, so the more people that you follow, curiosity, people follow you back. All right. I take 1 day a week off my business to unfollow people who are not following me, because I'm posting for people who aren't following me. Like, that's not cool. You're just taking up space. Okay. But 6 days out of the week, yes, I follow 500 to 600 people every single day. And you don't go ahead.
I'm sorry. So you follow at the beginning of the week, so 6 of the days you follow 500, and then the 7th day you go and you erase the ones that are not following you back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, every single day is 500. So by the end of the week, I would have followed by like 3,000 people. Yeah. So, so that's how I basically build a following on Instagram.
Where, I'm sure all the girls are wondering, where are you finding these people to follow?
It's all based off of my Fab Five and who I am.
Okay.
So, make a list for yourself and just be like, who am I really? Like, am I a mom? So if you're a mom, then look for mommy. If you are someone who has had an awesome transformation so far, like, look for people who are on a journey. So how about you hashtag, like, look, so hashtag, everything is about hashtags. Like, hashtags are like amazing. Hashtags will help you find specific certain kind of people. So if you have people that are on their journey right now, like, go look at like weight loss journey, or go look at like new year, new me. Anything that has to do with like really fitness related, like, go into the gym and look at those people's followers. Like, if you go to retro, go hashtag retro, or actually go to the like local retro that's close to you, click on their profile and click onto their followers. Those people already want to lose weight because they're looking at like gym stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. You'll be very surprised as to how many skinny girls actually want to lose weight. Like, I would always go for like the chunkier girls because I can connect better with them. But there's a lot of girls that are like small that want to lose weight. Also look for example, if you have nutritional issues, right? So how do people deal with nutritional issues? They'll actually like try to find products like Jenny Craig, right? Who gives them food, or Weight Watchers, for example. So look for hashtags Weight Watchers, and start to follow those people that are following Weight Watchers, those people that are following Jenny Craig, or any other kind of those weight loss products. Like, I'm gonna so murder this because I have no idea how to say this right, but the Cambodia pill at carcinogen or whatever like that. Mm-hmm. That Cambodia thing, like, look up that hashtag. You guys are gonna be so surprised, like, how many like distributors there are out there. HCG is another one. Like, HCG,
I've been seeing. Is that tea, that green tea thing?
Oh, a lot of people follow them too. That's skinny tea. That's like another big fad.
The rats.
The rat people. Go look at the rat people. And what I'd like to do is I'll look at a rat person who has like 20,000 followers.
And follow them.
Be like, she's doing something right if she has that many people following. So then I'll go into her followers and I'll start taking her followers.
I love it.
I don't take, and for the record, I don't take anybody else's beach body. I don't touch beach body.
Of course. No, but the competition.
The same thing. But when people tell me, like, when I get on the phone with them, I'll be like, oh, so what did you do? Like, what have you tried in the past to like lose weight? And they're like, well, I did like spend like $300 on wraps. And I'm like, do you understand how wraps work? I'm like, wraps, the only thing that they do for you is they suck the water out of your body. I was like, I have a solution for you, and it's absolutely free. And they're like, what? I'm like, drink more water. That's how you suck the water out of yourself. And guess what? It's free.
Yeah.
So, oh my God, I didn't know how that worked. So you're going to meet people from all different types of like walks of life. You're going to have people who like are like on like a 500 calorie diet. Those people, I'll be like, why are you starving yourself? I'm like, have you seen my wall? I eat rice and beans. And they're like, no, but is that I can never. Okay, well, 21-day fix, portion control. I'll give you a meal plan where you get to choose your own foods. Like, I'm not gonna be the one to tell you you need to have this or you need to have eggs every single morning. When I get on the phone with these people, it's just like I'm just me. Like I'll be super silly, and I'm like, just be natural about everything, you know, because they want to feel comfortable. Like people can smell like when you're trying to sell them something from like a mile away. I'm like, listen, if you join my support group, you join it because you're ready to do this. If you're not, completely fine. But one thing is that every time that you speak to a person, and if they tell you no, I'm not going to do it, it can either be, you know, because of a money objection or whatever excuse that they're trying to give you. Just because they tell you no right now, it doesn't mean no forever. When you get on the phone with them, kind of help them out with what their issue is. Put yourself aside. You know, I don't care. Like, nobody cares that I lost 85 pounds. Like, yeah, it's an awesome achievement, but what the hell can you do for me? Okay, so when I need to pull out a story, I pull out a story. Because, like, let's say, like, just like I said, like, if they're having issues with the water intake, or for example, or they're doing the wraps, like, I've never done a wrap myself, but I could be like, well, I have known girls who've been doing it for years, and they still look exactly the same, you know? Or when they tell me about Herbalife, I actually have a lot of customers who came to me from Herbalife. My own cousin ended up in the hospital because of Herbalife. I've never taken it, but when I get somebody like to tell me about Herbalife, I'm like, well, did you know like what Herbalife is actually made up of? And a lot of people it's scary that people don't know what they're taking. And I'm like, it has stimulants in it. It makes your heart go crazy. It makes your heart race. And I'm like, I've never taken it, but my cousin ended up in the hospital because of it. I have another client who's taken it and like can no longer digest food properly. Like she has so many stomach issues. Okay, so when we get on the phone and we start talking like that, like if I tell you that, like, wouldn't you trust me a little bit more? Like, we're talking about what your issues are. We're not talking about me. I'm just telling you like what I know about it. So everything is based on a connection, like once you get them on the phone. But in order for you to get them on the phone, you got to find them. You have to hustle. You got to be out there. You got to put yourself out there. And you have to be consistent. Like that is probably the most underlying thing that I could tell you. If you're not consistent, it's not, basically you're going to be doing this for nothing. You have to show up every day. If picture it as if you had a store to actually go and open with a key. Okay, if I'm your customer and I've been following you for like a couple weeks now, okay, and I'm like, maybe I want to sign up with this girl. She sounds like she's real. Like maybe I want to see what she's been doing. But one day you come in and you post a workout picture, then I don't see another workout picture. I don't see anything on your wall for like a whole week. And I'm like, all right, is she really working out? Like, is she really like, how is she going to coach me? Like, she's not motivated herself. So if we take the same scenario and we apply it to a store, right? So if I see a store that just brand open and I'm like, it's a shoe store. I'm like, oh my God, I love shoes. So I'm going to go to the shoe store to get me a pair of shoes. And then I'm like, oh, I've been so busy all day at work. I'll go tomorrow. So when I do decide to go, the store is closed. And I'm like, okay, maybe I'll try tomorrow. I go the next day and the store is closed. So then do you think that I'm going to try to go the third day? Because I don't know whether the store is opening or not. Your Beachbody business is exactly the same. You have to be consistent every single day. And
I love that analogy. Love that.
Yeah. So, and you guys don't have to get up. And even if it's a bad day for you, like, trust me, sometimes you wake up on the wrong side of the bed. I've been doing this 21-day reset and I want to like kill myself because I'm having like chicken withdrawals and everything. And some days I really don't want to post, but I still do. It's like a 9 to 5 basically. Like, let me ask you a question. Like, why did you really become a coach? What do you want out of this? Like, I think that's something that you have to really establish from the beginning. Like, is this something that is going to be a hobby for you? Like, do you want to be a hobby coach? A hobby coach will come and I'll sign up a girl here or there, get some money here and there. Or do you want to build your own empire? Because it's possible. It really is. Like, I have a career. I make $80,000 a year with my career. Okay. But you know what sucks about my career? The fact that I'm a single mom and I work 2 hours away from home. So for me, that means I got to be up at 6 o'clock in the morning to bring my daughter to summer camp by 7. And she doesn't get picked up till 6 o'clock at night. So my daughter is in summer camp for literally 11 hours a day. And then because we got to be up at 6 o'clock in the morning, that means that guess what time bedtime is? Bedtime is at like 7 o'clock at night. So we get to come home together. We get to eat dinner together. And then it's bedtime. I don't get to see my daughter. And she's my why. She's the reason why I didn't commit suicide. Because when I wanted to literally crash my car, I was on the way. Like, I left work. I remember this day clearly. I left work and I was on my way home. Literally, I was like, either I'm going to hang myself or I'm just going to crash my car to the point where I just like, I'm going to obliterate it. And I was on the highway and I was like, literally like, and something stopped me. And what stopped me was the fact that I was like, who's going to raise my daughter if I'm not around? It would have had to be the other baby mama. So that for me was like, oh, hell no. That woman is not raising my child. So my daughter had always been my underlying why. And now that I could only spend like an hour a day with her, like, it's hard. It's hard. Like, those moments where like I do have her for that hour, phone is off. Like, nothing exists to me but my daughter. And now I found an avenue, which is Beachbody, that can literally take me away from my 9 to 5. I'm at the point where I am literally around the corner from matching my income with Beachbody. And guess what? I absolutely love what I do as a coach. I love waking up, and I love, like, I had a team brunch yesterday at La Marina with all my girls, and one of my coaches.
I was there yesterday.
Oh, you were?
I was there after, like, at 6:30.
Oh, no. That got
crazy in there.
And so I had one of my coaches. So literally like fourth level down. Okay. She was having some issues, like maybe I want to say now maybe 2 months ago, where she was kind of back and forth. She didn't want to do it. She'd do good one week, she didn't do good another week. And she's not my coach, but I said, you know what? Let's set up a phone call with you. Let's get you on the phone. Let's talk about what's really going on. And when I got on the phone with her and I connected with her and I was like, tell me, like, why did you start this journey? Like, her mother was going through a lot of like, I think she had a stroke or something like that, but she was going through a lot of health issues. And she was like, I don't want to end up like my mom. And I'm like, so let me ask you a bigger question. I was like, when are you going to make that decision to not really end up like your mom? When you're at the hospital? Or now that you're not there yet? So that really kind of flipped the switch for her. And since that time that we've spoken, she's been doing amazing. She's been losing like 4 pounds every single week since then. And I met her for the first time yesterday. And she walked up to me and she's like, thank you so much for that phone call. And she goes, I literally feel like I met like an inspiration and like a superstar today. And I was just like, wow. For somebody that like me, like superstar, I'm like, nah, I'm not a superstar. I'm very far from it. But that, like, being able to connect with somebody on that level and tell me that, like, I helped them change their life. Like, as a scientist, yeah, I help people change lives because I do research for like spinal cord injury and those kinds of things. Like the drug that I make is actually being injected into patients who are able to walk again. I think maybe like really like my calling in life was to help people out. But with Beachbody, I don't have to leave my house. Like I'm like I'm gonna go to Nashville like in a few days, and then like now like it's Sunday night and I'm getting ready to go back to work, and I'm like, my manager, my coworkers. Yes, I love what I do, but my heart is not there. I wake up with a passion to be able to talk to people and say, hey, like, what did you eat today? I have one of my challenges was actually doing the reset with me. She's a coach now, actually. So we're like there and we're like sharing like what we're going through. Like this becomes like about friendships. It really becomes about caring about other people. Like it's so there's so much more than just a challenge pack. And that's what the way you guys should, like really look at this business. Like, what is it? What is it? What has Beachbody done for you? Like, what do you want to bring into other people's lives? Like I was not this person. Like, yeah, I was always happy-go-lucky and everything, but I was not this person. Like, I was one of those girls who's very toxic. Like, I put my whole life on blast on Facebook. And now I don't. I'm just like, I go through something, and I'm like, whatever. It'll come around, Like, I've been through worse things. I'm in an awesome relationship now, but I don't let it consume me because I've seen, like, how bad it could possibly be and like how awesome my life could possibly be now because of Beachbody. So like I want to be able to bring that opportunity to a whole bunch of other people.
That's amazing, Carol. I have 2 questions for you.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna open it up. If you have a few more minutes, I want to open it up for the girls to see if they have questions. But 2 questions. How often are you posting? Because I know that Instagram is your main platform. How often do you post on Instagram? And my second question is, how often do you do a call to action on Instagram? Whether, and I guess the 2 different ones, the coaching one and the challenge group one.
Okay, so how often I post, because I have my Fab 5, I post one of my Fab 5s every single day. So every single day, you'll see a rotation of fitness, positivity, my kids, something random like shoes or something, and like food or something. Like I'm a very big foodie as well. Right. So you'll see those 5 every single day, and they'll rotate. So you'll actually, if you knew that pattern, then you can pick it out. Right. But people don't know that pattern, so that stays quiet to you. And how often do I post the call of action? I post transformation pictures every single night. Every single night. I have a really huge team. So we have a lot of transformation pictures in the team. We have like a lot of ego transformations, so I use their transformations.
Every single night you put it? Wow. Okay.
I have one day a week, like that one day that like I'm unfollowing, that's considered my day off, because Beachbody, you kind of also think about it like it's a business. Mm-hmm. So if you're doing it, like if you're going to work 7 days a week, you're at one point you're gonna be like, I can't function. You're gonna bring yourself out. So you want to take at least 1 or 2 days off, like where you're gonna spend time with family, where you're not on your phone, like trying to promote and trying to do things. Like just enjoy your time with your family. But all of those other days, like entrepreneurs don't shut down. Like you have to get into this mindset where you're not an employee. Mm-hmm. You are a business owner. And business owners don't say, well, there's nobody coming to my store. Like, what do I do? Business owners like, hell no, I go out and I find people to come to my store. So you have to be on your store 24/7. Your store always has to be open. So the transformation pictures, they happen six times a week. Every like 2 weeks, I feature myself, only because if you are one of those 3,000 people who followed me within the last 2 weeks, you need to see my face. Selfies, I need to make it personal with you. So I know that, if I'm showing you transformations of my team, you don't know who I am and how my team started. It started with me, so that happens every night. The coaching call of action, when we went to the leadership conference, I kind of really implemented that pattern. So right in the middle of the month is where I start gearing up, talking about coaching. So I may touch a little bit on, like, I was able to buy my daughter like a pair of sneakers with like Beachbody, payday. Thank you, Beachbody. Last Friday we got our bonuses. We got our quarterly bonuses with Beachbody, like $1,500 in my account this morning. Thank you, Beachbody. Those kind of little really small tidbits. It's not coming off like me being cocky, but it's me coming off like Beachbody has actually helped me do something. Maybe some, like, I might post like my rent and just be like, thank you, Beachbody. We've moved into a better apartment now. Now I'm not paying $1,200 for rent. I'm paying $1,600, and that's still being paid off by Beachbody. So I start to kind of gear up those, not like in an overdose, but like maybe like once every couple of days, right before my call of action. My call of action happens the third week of every month, because at the beginning of the month, nobody is allowed to come into the group like halfway through the group, because I want you to get like the full understanding of like the basics of how to work your business. So I do the call of action in the third week. That way I have one full week to recruit people to get them started at the beginning of the month.
Sorry, I was muted. I started to talk. All right, so you gear up around the second week of the month. You start gearing up, saying thank you, Beachbody, and then you make your call to action.
Yeah.
Okay, and then how about for the what do we call it, for the challenge groups? I mean, you're posting obviously the transformations, but do you actually do a challenge group call to action?
I do. Have you seen the picture of like the Family Guy mom?
Which one?
Like in a bikini. No, you haven't. Go into I took it down. I take it down after a few days. Because I get crazy response from it. There's just one post that I use that for some reason, like, it just attracts everybody. I post that one twice a month. So when I post my transformation pictures, I don't necessarily say like, oh, this is so-and-so, like, come and join my challenge group, message me with details. I'll say, congratulations to my challenger. She has lost 15 pounds in 3 weeks, all from home. I'm sending you a little gift or something like that.
Right. So it's about them.
Yes, I make it about them. Yep. Now, once I have been consistent with that posting every single 6 days for 2 weeks, that's when I post a Family Guy picture. On the Family Guy picture, it's a picture of Lois, which is the mom, and she's in like a two-piece. She's like chunky, but like she's in a two-piece, and it'll say, I'm looking for 5 girls to join my team. Are you interested in losing, 10 to 20, 30 pounds, whatever? And that's what I use. But I only put it up twice a month.
Got it.
At the beginning of the month, so then I can hit Success Club 10 by 10. And then at the end to kind of just tie up the month.
Awesome. Okay. That's amazing.
So steal that from me. It's very generic.
Okay.
For some reason that works. The cartoon pictures tend to work more better than the transformation.
Okay. Oh, I gotta look out for that. Awesome. Any questions, ladies? I'm looking over because my sister.
I have one. Carol, what do you use to track your Instagram too? I mean, because for example, like I've seen people use like Square to see like how many followers have left, how many followers have joined them, to kind of like track it on the back. And what do you do?
I use I don't even know the name of it. I use one that says followers.
That's the one I use.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like a little, like a rainbow flag.
I think they changed the name. It used to be something else, and then
it's the follow maybe.
Crowdfire or something?
Yeah, hang on. Crowdfire, right? Is that it?
I'm gonna share with you, Gabby.
Okay.
And then I guess you can share with them. That's the one that I use, but it's not. In all honesty, it's not anything special. Like it really just tells you like how many followers you have. Like,
I used to have this one. No, that's not the one.
Following you back,
Right.
but that's really all I use it. There are other apps that I've seen people talk about where they'll connect you to like certain kind of people, or I don't really do all of that. Like I'm just
Okay. So for any new followers that you do have, do you connect with them personally via DM?
No, I don't.
No, you don't. Okay.
I
at all?
My upline swears by it because that's her mode of how she gets people.
Right.
She'll use a post that says it's only 21 days to break a habit, and then she'll kind of introduce herself. She does that with people, like if you post a transformation picture and you have somebody who likes it, like you can DM them because obviously they liked it for a reason.
Absolutely.
But I'm to the point where I have 24,000 followers, so I can't unfortunately connect with everybody. But if you're still in that level where you only have like 3, 4, 5, 1,000, definitely connect with them individually. And then occasionally, like, go into their Instagram. If you see somebody who's liking all your pictures, go into their Instagram and return the love. It's only because you're like, oh, like you're liking my pictures, I should like yours, you know?
Got it. Okay. And then in terms of just talking to them and getting them on the phone, would you switch them over to Facebook, or would you just get their number on Instagram and then start talking to them?
No, I never do anything on Instagram. Never.
So get them often on the phone.
Yeah, my Instagram is open. So that's another all your Instagrams, your Facebook should be open. Initially, when I first started working the business, I used to push everybody into Facebook, and I used to be like, message me on Facebook. And I had the the little up there where you could put the link on your bio for your Instagram. I used to have my Facebook link there. But that's because that's when I just first started. So my upline used to tell me like with the Facebook, at least they could friend you, and then you'll be in their face on Facebook as well. But since then, I've opened up my own website, which I really, really advocate for open up your own website. I use GoDaddy to open up my website, and I paid $12 the whole year, and my website looks freaking awesome. So now I have my website address there, and they can drop me an email there. But if I'm going back and forth with somebody, like let's say I posted a transformation picture, and they'll message me and they'll say, I'm super interested in doing this. Like, how can I connect with you? I'll just give them my email, or I'll take their email and take the first step to kind of reach out to them. And yeah, I don't do I don't give prices. I don't give information out. I like to give them little nuggets, like on Instagram. Like for example, if somebody sees my transformation, be like, how did you do this? I'll just say, I worked out and I ate clean. Email if you're interested. And then they'll email you because it's like, what the hell? She worked out and she ate clean. Okay, I need to do something like that.
Right.
So that'll spark their interest. If you write them a whole book and they're like, well, I did 21 Day Fix and this shit, we're like, what the hell is this girl talking about? You don't want to do that. So kind of take them off into Instagram and start to build off. Take them into an email and start to build with them there. When I get on the email with them, it's also, that is a time where I try to connect with them. So I try to ask them, I bombard them with questions. First of all, I'll be like, all right, so what have you, what are your goals? Like, how much do you weigh? Like, what are your goals? Tell me about yourself. Like, what have you tried? Because once I get on the phone with them, I want to know how I connect, how I can connect with them. So if they tell me, like, I'm a mommy and I don't have time to work out because I have a 3-year-old. And I'm like, oh, wait, I started it when my daughter was 3. And the only reason why I started it was because I have a job that is 2 hours away. But guess what? I still did it. I lost 85 pounds, so you could do it too. I'll give you some mommy tips when we get on our call. So at the end of the day, I have something already solid with them when I get them on the phone.
Got it. Okay, so it's not cold on the phone. Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're muted, Gabby.
Any other question?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So, I haven't started using Instagram at all. I've only been on Facebook. Would you suggest to start a whole new Instagram, or just use the one I already have and kind of incorporate both kind of posts, like personal and I guess coach-wise?
That's a good question. People have different, every coach will tell you something different based on who they are. I personally think that's good to use the one that you already had. Maybe you can change your name and just be like coach whatever. So it kind of sets you apart as a coach, you know, like that coming out of the closet, that I'm a Beachbody coach. You could change your name, or you could leave it the same. But when you try to have two Instagrams, it's more extra work for you. Like, you're going to have an Instagram for your friends, for your family. Then you're going to have an Instagram where you're going to work your business. Then you're going to be posting double. Okay. If you do everything at the same time, remember you're choosing your Fab Five. So when you choose your Fab Five, you want to show like pictures of your parents. You know, you want to show like that you're at a barbecue. Yes, I'm eating a burger. I'm a real human. You know, so those kind of things set it apart from just being health and fitness. You don't look like a fitness Nazi. You're welcome.
Anyone else?
What are your favorite apps to use to like prettify to make your photos look great?
Oh, I'm an app junkie.
That's okay. I like apps too. That's why I want to know what your favorites are.
It's awesome. All right, so I use Pixar.
Pixar.
Yeah, Picsart.
Okay.
I do PhotoGrid for collages. I use Rana. Rana's awesome. RHONNA. I do pick, play, and post for like the videos side by side with the picture. I also use, my favorite one now is Photofy.
Oh, I love Photofy.
Photofy is awesome. There's so many little things that you can do. And then when you choose a style, like when you are posting pictures, like kind of try and stay within that style of itself, because you want to mark who you are. Like, if you guys, I don't know if you guys have like a team logo, like that's another thing that you can always just put on everything. So like, I have a logo that I put everywhere. Like, all my pictures have my logos. I have t-shirts with my logos. Like, I have reasons for my logos, you know? So that's also excellent. Like, or if you like use like hot pink block letters, or like you use like a fancy pink border, like to identify like who you are, like something that stands out about you, about your personality. Make it very personal to you.
Thanks.
Yep, I've heard that a lot. So that when they see the post, they know, oh, here comes, you know, Carol. They know that that's you posting. Yeah, yep. Any other question, ladies? So we can let Carol go, since she goes to work tomorrow to be a scientist.
Yeah, right now I have to follow some more people today. My relaxed day is Saturday. Sunday I'm back on like business mode, so I'll be like, I'm tired, and like following people like 11, 12 o'clock at night.
Don't be shy. Anyone else? Go ahead, Latoya.
Do you recommend putting coach in there in your name? Like, do you think that's kind of like you should, or?
I don't think it's bad. The coaches that I have, I think all of them do it. I think maybe like one or two doesn't. I have a really big downline too. I think it's just because it sets you apart from just being like a regular person.
Mm-hmm.
And then work on also, like, based on that question, if you want to just put like a regular name, then that's fine. But like, put something about you being a coach in your bio. Like, make sure that you build up your bio. Your bio should also kind of run along the lines with your Fab Five. So like, who are you? I'm a health and wellness coach. I'm a mommy. I'm a scientist. I'm a fit beast. That's what mine says.
Yeah.
So that when people click on it, they're gonna be like, okay, they don't have to go through your whole Instagram to be like, who the hell is this girl? Like,
Yeah.
right there.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
All right, I guess no one else has questions, right? Yeah. Yes, okay. Carol, thank you so much for spending this time where you could have been following your 500 people. Your introduction and your story just blew me away. You had me like tearing up here 2 times. It was amazing. Thank you so much. And I'll see you at Summit.
Yeah, I'll see you there.
When do you get there? When do you leave?
I leave on Wednesday night.
We leave on Wednesday morning, so
Okay.
I'll see you there. But thank you
All
so much.
right.
You're a superstar. You are a superstar, by the way.
I'm trying.
Oh yes, and we have a but you know what? I need your camera. My phone is acting weird. We have a tradition that we take a picture
Oh, sure.
with our guest speaker. So you can do it with your camera. You can do it. She's on the computer. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you can hide it if you want. Oh, yeah, like that. Just tell us when to smile. Unmute. Here, let me unmute it. Okay,
Okay. Ready, everybody?
Hang on, let me mute my phone.
Ready? Just keep smiling. Funny faces? Thank you, Carol.
Welcome. It was my pleasure. Good luck, girls.
You're the bomb, girl. Thank you so much for your tips.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you at Summit. Bye.
Bye. Bye.